Archangel Michael is crying desperately because he is trying to warn you about something that. Archangel Michael says, "My beloved child, this is a very important message for you today. Do not ignore it. Pay attention to this message, open your eyes and be careful. This is not a coincidence. It has been sent for you. The voice you've been hearing in the quiet hours, the deep fluttering in your chest when everything else goes still, that is not your imagination. That is the divine stirring inside of you. A tremble from the other side, sent through the silence, sent through the stillness of your confusion. The heavens have been watching you, watching your choices, watching your tears, watching your heartbreak hidden behind practiced smiles. Something ancient and eternal is moving in your direction, and this message is for you. Archangel Michael is crying desperately because he is trying to warn you about something that has been circling your spirit like a silent wind. There is something you have not seen, not because you are blind, but because the noise of this world has become too loud, too heavy, too false. And you, beloved soul, have been too gentle-hearted to notice that not everyone walking beside you is walking with love. Archangel Michael is not weeping without reason. The tears that pour from his heavenly eyes fall because time is pressing. His wings are trembling not from fear but from urgency. He has been standing at the gates, shouting into the night, trying to reach your soul before it gets swallowed into something you were never meant to step into. This message is for you, and it's not random. The pain you've been feeling was not just about what happened. It's about what is being revealed in this very moment. You've questioned so much lately. You've wondered why you keep seeing the same repeating signs, the same numbers, the same dreams, the same faces with smiles that feel hollow. And now, this message is reaching you at the exact moment it had to, because something within you has begun to open, to stretch, to feel again. You are waking up from something you didn't even know had put you to sleep. And that awakening is the beginning of the shift. Finally, God is exposing, not as punishment but as mercy, not to shame anyone, but to set your soul free. The truth hath been hidden in shadows for too long, and God cannot allow your path to be entangled in lies any longer. You deserve more than illusion. You were born for more than confusion. The shaking inside of you, that restlessness that keeps returning even when you pray for peace, it is not because you are lost. It's because the light is breaking through. There is something being shown to you now. Slowly, softly, like sunlight creeping into a dark room at dawn. Something is being removed from your path, not to hurt you, but to protect what is left of your tenderness. Something that once looked like comfort is being unmasked. And though it hurts now, it will soon be the very thing you thank God for. The removal of the false so that the real can begin. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this. Something serious is about to happen soon. Don't skip. There are hands that once claimed to hold you in love that were instead tying you down with invisible threads of need, control, and silent expectations. There were words that sounded like loyalty but were dressed in hidden motives. You have loved people who did not know how to love themselves, and in doing so, you lost parts of yourself. But now, Archangel Michael is fighting for your freedom, not from people, but from illusions. Illusions that have drained your spirit, silenced your inner voice, and left you doubting the purity of your own heart. This message is a cry from the heavens. It is not about fear, it is about liberation. God says, open your eyes. You have been seeing things in glimpses, but now you are being given the whole vision. What was once clouded is becoming clear. What was once hidden is now in the light. And even though it feels overwhelming, trust that this is the beginning of your freedom. Someone you loved deeply knelt down and cried last night because their spirit could no longer pretend. Their heart broke not just for what they lost, but for the lies they told themselves to survive. They miss you, but more than that, they miss the version of themselves they once were around you. You were the mirror they never wanted to look into, because you reflected truth. You reflected what they could have been if only they had let light into the rooms they kept locked for too long. It's almost over. The season of carrying what you were never meant to carry is ending. The cycle that kept replaying like a song on repeat, trapping you in rhythms of grief and confusion, is finally being silenced. The doors are closing, not just physical ones, but spiritual ones. Old connections are fading because your spirit is ascending. You are not who you were even last week. There has been a shift, a crack in the sky above you, and through that crack, the truth is descending. This truth is not to destroy, but to deliver. Archangel Michael is standing near you right now, closer than your breath. His wings have surrounded you in moments when you didn't even know you were being protected, when you almost gave up, when you almost returned to what broke you, when you almost texted back, when you almost accepted less, when you almost stayed silent. In those moments, he stood firm, crying out your name, whispering truth, pushing you back into alignment with the divine plan that you nearly abandoned. And now you are here, reading these words not by chance, but because heaven orchestrated every moment that led you to this. You needed to hear this because your soul has been crying out for confirmation. And this is it. The silence is over. The revelation has begun. The season of pretending has ended. Now begins the season of healing, truth, clarity, and power. Do not be afraid of what is being removed. Be grateful. There are things you asked for that could not come until space was made. And space is now being created, through heartbreak, through distance, through goodbyes you never expected. But this is not the end. This is the unraveling that leads to the breakthrough. The ashes that come before beauty. The storm that bursts the rainbow. And even now, as your heart aches, heaven is rejoicing, because you are finally on your way back to yourself. They tried to define you by your past, but what they didn't know was that heaven had already rewritten your future. You are not your pain. You are not your trauma. You are not your mistakes. You are the lesson, the light, the miracle that comes after the chaos. You are the one who rises, the one who heals others just by being yourself, the one who carries heaven in their voice, in their touch, in their prayers whispered at 2 a.m. This is a message for you. And yes, it's long. Yes, it's intense. But so is the love that God has for you. So is the battle that has been fought for your soul. You are not small. You are not forgotten. You are not random. You are divine. You are chosen. You are needed. And right now, you are being restored. The people who misunderstood you are going to wish they had asked more questions. The ones who walked away are going to realize they left behind someone irreplaceable. The ones who tried to silence you will soon hear your voice everywhere. Not in vengeance, but in divine justice. Not in pride, but in purpose. You don't have to prove anything. Just stay aligned. Stay open. Stay honest. And most of all, stay close to the voice of God inside of you. Archangel Michael is crying desperately because he is trying to warn you about something that has the potential to delay your purpose, not because of its power, but because of your compassion. You care too deeply. You forgive too quickly. You give too much without asking whether it's being received in love or in manipulation. And now, you are being asked to discern, to listen, to trust that not every open hand is a blessing and not every smiling face is safe. But know this, the time is now. This message was not sent early or late. It has come right on time. And you, dear soul, are ready to hear it, even if it breaks your heart open, even if it makes you cry, even if it makes you angry at first. Because deep down, you've always known that something needed to shift. And now, it has begun. So breathe. Feel. Let go. Trust the unraveling. Let the masks fall. Let the illusions dissolve. Let the tears come if they must. Because the real you, the healed you, is coming. And heaven is celebrating. And remember, there are no coincidences. This is the sign you asked for. This is the confirmation. This is the moment your healing began. This is the message that was written just for you. You are safe now. You are free now. You are seen now. And you are not alone. Archangel Michael is still with you. Even now. Especially now. And God is not done with you. Not even close. My child, this message is for you. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe. For the heavens are whispering your name with such urgency, such trembling love, that even the stars are pausing to listen. Archangel Michael is crying desperately because he is trying to warn you about something that your heart has been sensing but your mind has not fully grasped. These are not ordinary tears. They are sacred tears, falling not from fear, but from the aching beauty of His love for your soul, His devotion to your journey, and His holy assignment to protect you from the unseen paths that seek to mislead you. Open your heart. Listen. The Spirit of God is surrounding you even now. God says, there is a stirring in the heavens, and it has everything to do with the season of transition you are entering. There are people around you, movements around you, and even dreams inside you that seem confusing, overwhelming, or uncertain. But God is not the author of confusion. God is the orchestrator of divine timing, divine healing, divine placement. And in this very hour, He is placing you gently, intentionally, under the wings of angels, and Archangel Michael is leading that protection with a roar of celestial light. He is not just protecting you. He is standing over you, crying out for your awareness, praying you do not miss the signs, praying you do not doubt what God is revealing. Finally, God is exposing. Archangel Michael is crying desperately because he is trying to warn you about something that has been hidden from your eyes, not to frighten you, not to disturb your peace, but to awaken you. Because the person or the pattern or the promise that is trying to attach itself to your life without God's signature must be seen for what it truly is. God says, clarity is coming, and you will feel it, not just in your spirit, but in your body, your thoughts, your sleep. Do not ignore the restlessness, the dreams, the sudden whispers. This is how heaven speaks to the chosen ones. And you are chosen. You are called. You are not alone. God will be with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust God and pray to Him. Lay your fears down at His feet like fragile glass and watch Him turn them into something that glows. Every tear you've cried in silence, every silent scream you've buried in your pillow, every time you whispered, God, help me, He has heard it. And He has sent a response. The answer is already in motion. Light is already piercing through. The voice of Michael, though weeping, carries strength enough to split through clouds and bring you the revelation that your soul desperately needs. This message is for you, not for yesterday, not for another person. This one, this trembling, tender, thunderous word is being delivered right to your spirit. It's being carried by grace itself. It's been waiting for. Heaven has delayed other things just to get this to you. Because God says, now is the moment. Now is the time to return your full trust to Him. You have been exhausted trying to understand what you were never meant to carry alone. You've been seeking the answer when you are the miracle. You've been wondering when it will happen. But God says, It is already beginning. Finally, God is exposing. Archangel Michael is crying desperately because he is trying to warn you about something that would have taken your joy, stolen your rest, confused your clarity. But that time is over. That blindness is breaking. That silence is ending. And you, beloved child of the Most High, you are stepping into a realm of divine covering. Not because you earned it, not because you begged for it, but because your heart belongs to Him, and He will never let it be forsaken. God says, trust, pray, surrender. You are protected. You are surrounded. You are not late, not forgotten, not broken beyond repair. You are rising, radiant, resurrected by grace. Let your next breath be one of peace. Let your next prayer be one of trust. Archangel Michael's tears have reached the heavens, and the heavens have answered. This message is for you. Let it sink into your spirit like rain on dry land. You are safe. You are seen. You are saved.